Hey TMFG community, John Yonge here with Carlo. In today's episode of Ask TMFG, we're going to be taking a look at quarter two for 2023. What happened in the markets and what can we expect going forward? Remember, if you do enjoy our content, like, comment, and subscribe to the YouTube channel. We love doing these videos for you. In today's episode of Ask TMFG, we're going to be taking a look at what happened in quarter two. That was the last 3 months of the year. A lot actually happened really in the past 3 months. So I'm going to throw it over to Carlo and he can get us started to hopefully summarize it all. Carlo?
Lots to ask, John, but I'll see what I can do. Last 3 months, why don't we just start with market performance? Again, like you said, from April to June, not the full year, April to June, last 3 months, Canada was up about 1%. So we did see it come back a little bit. Relative to the other countries, not as great, but Canada was up 1% from April to June 30th. The US market, broad-based, the Russell 3000, the bulk of the companies listed on the New York Stock Exchange, up just under 6% for the year. And a lot of that had to do with a lot of the technology companies that have been performing quite well. With the onset of AI, I know that's something that is constantly talked about, but technology companies are taking off. Global markets, countries outside of Canada and the US were essentially flat. Big countries like the UK and in Japan, issues with their central bank and thinking about increasing rates again. A lot of uncertainty there, so had a flat quarter. So what does that all mean with investing? Well, we didn't make any changes to client portfolios. We don't make reactionary changes, but this is just one point in time, April to the end of June.
Absolutely. And in regards to like the actual events themselves, that kind of, the markets are a good reflection of what's actually happening in the economy, right? And a lot of those major events that did occur was revolving around inflation as well as the interest rate hikes. And we're getting a bit of contrasting news there. Inflation is beginning to come down, but also remaining a little bit sticky in certain areas that are most important to us, right? The big one being the grocery bill, right? Going to the grocery store, it may sound like, or the Bank of Canada says that inflation is coming down, but prices remain high on groceries. And there's unlimited demand, I guess, for groceries. People are still going to continue to eat. So that is one of the main issues that we're dealing with. And that's part of the reason why now interest rates have continued to be hiked in Canada, potentially could go up again in quarter three or potentially quarter four. The rest of the year, we'll potentially see another interest rate hike. And that's playing a role in the markets.
Yep, and our neighbors to the south, they were not immune to having to raise rates. The Fed has had to raise rates. Quarter point, again, the economy is still hot, and they're trying to bring inflation down, and that's what the central banks around the world are doing, increasing rates to try to stifle that growth, stifle demand, so that prices come down. Another event that happened, and again, talking about the US, debt ceiling. It's kind of a buzzword the last couple of months. A deal was reached in the US government. Capped spending, and were able to avoid any sort of default on the debt that they had obligations to pay by increasing that debt ceiling. So leading up to that date when they had to make a decision, there was a lot of volatility in the market. Governments got together, made the decision, and were able to increase that debt ceiling.
Really none of this is new to us. I mean, every quarter we're going to come up with different reasons as to why the markets did well or did poorly. And we try to do our best to recap them all. So if you have missed a couple of our videos in the past, we actually did a video in the past about the debt ceiling. Another really good one was when good news is bad news, taking a look at, for example, unemployment's been at a really low level and the economy's been doing really well, but that's actually been working against us because we're trying to slow things down. So a couple of videos that we've put out in the past couple months may help educate you guys on some of this content as well. So feel free to check out that. Also, let us know down in the comment section below, where do you see the Canadian economy, the US economy, the markets in general going now forward into Q3? Obviously, no one can predict the future, but it's always fun to kind of put your guesses down below and we'll hold you to it in our next video. And as always, if you did enjoy the content, remember to like, comment, and subscribe to the YouTube channel. Until next time, I'm John Yonge.
I'm Carlo.
And this has been
Ask TMFG.